Good morning, Springfield. It's so good to be with you today, and I'm glad that you were able to join us for this edition of Good Morning Springfield, very special edition. It's our State of the County Good Morning Springfield, and we'll be talking more about that in just a moment. I'm Matt Morrow, President of the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce, thanking you for joining us today and inviting you to share what you learned today with your followers on social media as well. So I would encourage you as you do that, talk about what you're picking up, talk about what you're catching, and of course at the same time share this exact feed. People can join in real time and watch along with you. And if you do that, I would encourage you to please use our hashtag as always. That's hashtag GoodMorningSGF. At most of our Good Morning Springfield events, we invite representatives of the city of Springfield and Greene County and Springfield Public Schools to provide you with brief updates just to keep things kind of along the way and keep you up to speed on what's happening. We also invite each of those entities once a year to offer the full program for Good Morning Springfield in a special state of format. And today, this month, we will learn more about what's happening in Greene County from Presiding Commissioner Bob Dixon as we come to you live from the Public Safety Center. I know we're all looking forward to learning more about the progress being made at our county level of government. But first, before we do, let's go ahead and take just a moment to thank our sponsors who support today's program and make it possible. Our series sponsor this year is BKD Wealth Advisors, a national wealth management firm headquartered right here in Springfield, Missouri, offering services for individuals, families, and businesses. BKD Wealth Advisors serves upwards of $4 billion in assets under management, and they're very proud of the fact that $1 billion of that is from right here in the Springfield market. This achievement is a reflection of the hard work and dedication of this team to provide unmatched client service for their clients and our community in every encounter. I'd like to invite Ryan Civil with us to come to the podium here today. He is director at BKD, and Ryan is currently also the committee chair of the Network for Springfield's Young Professionals. He serves on the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors in that capacity as well. Ryan, welcome.
Matt, thank you, and thank you to my colleagues at BKD Wealth Advisors for allowing me this time today and for their passion for supporting our community. The year 2020 started with the question from Biz 417, why not here? An opportunity for Springfieldians to dream in conjunction with the Ford SGF visioning process about the fact that this community is capable of building and becoming anything that we want to be. That's a message and a vision that inspires many of the young professionals in our community. Every day, I'm blessed to interact with young people who love the amenities and beauties of the Ozarks. They love their neighbors and the caring spirit of our community and those who genuinely care about celebrating Springfield as not only a great place to live, but working to make Springfield the best place to live, work, and play unquestionably in the country. Questions like why not here are what led to the development of the 2019 SGF Forum, the Chamber's first ever Young Professional Summit hosted by the network, an event that attracted more than 300 young professionals in downtown Springfield on a June afternoon. An afternoon in which those YPs in attendance had the opportunity to connect with each other, connect with their community, and develop personally and professionally and challenged to dream of what Springfield could look like and how to make this community the place that they want to live, work, and play. It was an event that was in the making for many years and instantly became a signature event for the network and the Ozarks young professional community. In 2020, the SGF Forum is going to look a little bit different. But on November 19th at 1 p.m., the network is committed to hosting a first-class signature event for our region. In-person attendance will be limited to observe and promote the health guidelines set forth by our leaders, but a no-cost live stream will be available to allow us to engage all in our community who wish to participate. To all of our sponsors, including our presenting sponsor, the City of Springfield, we are extremely grateful for your support. The ability to engage with national speakers and host the event are directly the result of your investment in young professionals and an investment in the future of our community. And for that, we say a sincere thank you. Here's my ask to those of you listening this morning. If you are an organization that employs young professionals, I'm asking you not only to allow them to participate on November 19th, but to encourage them to participate as a tool to further engage your workforce and further attach your talent to the Ozarks as a successful part of our business climate. If you are a young professional joining us this morning, consider this your personal invitation to join our live stream, because I have no doubt that seeing the engagement of some of our community's most enthusiastic residents will only heighten your pride to live in our region. And if you're watching this morning and saying, Ryan, I'm not a young professional, but I love the Ozarks too, I want you to know that on Thursday, November 19th, you are a young professional. And we hope that you will tune in and join us. I promise that you will leave the afternoon enthused about what the future of Springfield can and will be over the next 30 years. Thank you, and good morning, Springfield.
Thanks so much, Ryan, and thanks for the leadership that you're providing and that the Network for Young Professionals is providing in our community. And I can't wait for that event. I hope the young professionals all throughout the region will take advantage of this special opportunity. And I couldn't be more thrilled to be declared a young professional for that day. I'll be there. Looking forward to it. I'm so grateful for the leadership that BKD Wealth Advisors, of course, provides in our community and for their support of Good Morning Springfield. We're very, very thankful for that sponsorship. Thanks to the commitment and support of our members, the Chamber is able to continue to work to increase opportunities for businesses of every size to succeed and to grow jobs, our workforce, and investment in the region. A handful of organizations this year have gone above and beyond in their support of the mission and initiatives of the Chamber of Commerce in 2020. We recognize them as part of our legacy of leadership, and I'd like to take just a moment to thank them for their additional support this year. In the Chairman's Circle of the Legacy of Leadership are Associated Electric Cooperative, Focal Point Outdoor Solutions, and Mercy. And in the President's Circle, Hush Blackwell. We are so grateful for the additional support of these Chamber Legacy of Leadership organizations and for their commitment to our community and to the Chamber of Commerce. Well, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our program for today and to introduce my friend, Presiding Commissioner Bob Dixon. He has a proven track record as a dedicated public servant. Before being elected to serve the county, he served us in the Missouri House of Representatives. He was elected to that seat 4 times and served 8 years in that role. And then after that, in 2010, he was elected to represent Springfield in the Missouri Senate. His work ethic and integrity made him ideally suited to chair the very important Judiciary Committee in the Senate. In fact, he was the first non-attorney to serve in that role in the Senate since the 1830s, and only the third in all of state history. In 2018, Bob Dixon was elected to serve as presiding commissioner of Greene County, and since that time, he has championed greater transparency, accountability, innovation, and collaboration, both with the public and private sectors. A great example of this was in March of 2019 when the County Commission flipped the switch on a new financial transparency portal available directly from the homepage of Greene County's website. Presiding Commissioner Dixon has also helped shepherd innovative partnerships in the community, such as the one between the county and Borough Behavioral Health for the Behavioral Crisis Center. This data-driven and citizen-prioritized rapid access model is very intentionally designed to impact our local mental health needs and substance abuse issues as a community. And there are many more success stories which highlight collaborative progress, such as the new home for the Greene County Family Justice Center and completion of construction projects such as the Greene County Operations Center. And I know we'll hear more about these stories and others momentarily in the State of the County update. You know, I've had many opportunities over the years to work with Presiding Commissioner Dixon, and I'm very, very grateful for his friendship, and he has proven himself exceptionally effective as an elected official. I knew that already about him, but as we look at on the events of 2020 to date, I can't help but be even more impressed with and grateful for his deliberative decision-making and leadership. I have a much deeper understanding of his sincere commitment to the well-being of all of those who he serves in his role in government. And my respect for him and appreciation for the principles of governing that he utilizes and follows regularly have just increased all the more. We've all seen first person over these past months just how dedicated Commissioner Dixon truly is to those of us who live and work in Greene County. So like you, I'm eager to learn more about the state of our county from Presiding Commissioner Bob Dixon. Welcome.
Thank you, Matt. Well, good morning, Springfield. Good morning, friends, fellow leaders, chamber associates, and Greene County colleagues, family, all. I am honored to be able to bring you the 2020 State of the Greene County report, State of the County report. It's an honor because this morning I get to speak on behalf of so many incredible and selfless public servants, over 900 of them, who show up every day and perform the ever valuable task of ensuring that Greene County works for you. The county is doing well, but we also acknowledge that it has been a challenging year. I'm pleased to report we have faced those challenges, and we have faced them together. You know, there's a saying, a brother is born for a time of adversity. This year has in some ways also been a time of facing unanticipated adversities. But our Greene County communities and citizens have really come together afresh in the spirit of collaboration, reflecting the ways many families have drawn together to face these same challenges. We are tackling the challenges of this year. Never have we worked in a vacuum, certainly not this year. This year has shown how interdependent we really and truly are. Like a family, brothers and sisters working together. You know, in my family, I'm the oldest. Even after being here 2 years, thanks to Mayor Ken McClure, Matt Morrow, and Clay Goddard, I feel like I have a better understanding of what it's like to be the younger brother. I'm sure that all of the younger siblings are nodding at this point. Humor does the soul good, or at least an attempt at humor. But the fact is that I'm deeply grateful. I'm deeply grateful for the wisdom, the knowledge of these three leaders and many others in our community who have helped to guide us all during this time. They are tremendous partners, even in normal times. This pandemic has been a serious challenge for all our citizens, our county employees, elected office holders, and staff to understand, adapt to, and overcome. We have found a strength deep within ourselves to do what we must do for community, for our co-workers, our neighbors, our families, and ourselves. We have come to the aid of one another in higher ways than before, and we are stronger as a result. We have found ways to cope under the enormous stress of not seeing family members and one another regularly. Through it all, the beautiful tapestry, the colorful fabric of our community has held strong. One day early on, I was sitting at my desk in the Cox Tower, contemplating the heavy load that so many in our community were under, along with all of the uncertainty that faced us from one day to the next. During that very moment, I could hear the tune of Amazing Grace peal from downtown church bells on a quiet afternoon that would have normally been bustling with activity. It reminded me of the grace that this community gives one another, and that I needed to be sure to be gracious with those who disagreed or misunderstood our decisions. I believe time has told we have made the right decisions. There are countless community stories of sacrifice and rising to the challenge I could share with you. The long and short of it is, we are a community of grace. And I want to tell you about the many wonderful ways that our community, our county, our municipalities have responded by coming together and working together. And I will do so in just a few moments. But before I do, I'd like to take a moment, while so many of us are together, to speak to an important matter, the county's response to this crisis. First of all, I want to remind you that the county commissioners have unanimously supported a masking recommendation and still strongly recommend adherence to the CDC guidelines, all of them, on hand washing, physical distancing, staying home when sick, and masking. Our response to the COVID-19 crisis began 11 days before our March 16th declaration of the state of emergency in conjunction with the city of Springfield. In short order, we moved to our local stay-at-home order on March the 24th. The road to recovery was announced April 30th and went into effect May 4th. All of these were done in consultation and in concert with the city of Springfield and our shared health department and our wonderful health leaders. At this point, we are still under our continued enactment of the unanimous June 12th COVID resolution, which includes masking. And by the way, you can find that on the top of the homepage of our website at greencountymo.gov. We also continue to support the city of Springfield in their approach. This will continue to be important as the fall and winter seasons bring forth additional risk. What these dates do not reflect is everything that goes on behind the scenes that continued running in the background during all of that time early this spring. Improvements to roads and bridges, construction, all the functions of our county office holders that responded to the demands of COVID-19 to determine how to provide services either virtually, curbside, or in person. Software upgrades, and many, many decisions which needed to have been made at that time. Thousands of PPP purchased by our 3 committed county employees who handle purchasing. And they coordinated that purchase for over 19 governmental agencies throughout the county. The Office of Emergency Management, where I'm coming to you live from, headed by our own Larry Woods, working with all of those agencies, coordinating so many volunteers who offered their time, and coordinating the efforts of the National Guard who were on scene here in Springfield to help distribute supplies. Another layer was added to that. The Federal Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, or CARES Act. $34.4 million of CARES funding for Greene County response efforts and community relief. We did not anticipate becoming a granting agency literally overnight, but we did. And we immediately set about establishing a process by which we could best distribute the funds to our citizens. Our first order of business was to contract with the capable and talented Dr. Lyle Foster, who has done an exceptional job. We have followed his recommendations, and we are glad we have. The first was to appoint a Citizen Advisory Council made up of 30 community members, all volunteers from a variety of backgrounds. We are grateful for the outstanding contribution of time and expertise that they have continued to volunteer. We have increased our attention to board diversity on all of our boards, but the CARES Citizen Advisory Council is the most diverse geographically, demographically, and professionally that the county has ever appointed, and for that we are very proud. That committee or council elected Gordon Kinney of Springfield as chair, who has kept the process on track, on time, and on budget, not surprisingly. Our finance team, the auditor, our county treasurer and budget director, and our county administrator, Chris Coulter, have been instrumental in developing applications, tracking systems, and follow-up procedures in order to comply with federal guidelines and be ready for a likely audit. And our own public information officer, Donna Barton, has been exceptional in making sure the community had the information so that they could apply and take part in the process. Our Information Systems Department developed the software to make it all work, saving nearly $30,000 that could be used for additional grants. Numerous counties continue to reach out to our team for guidance and advice on implementation and cost savings. I'd like to share an anecdotal conversation that Treasurer Justin Hill recently had with a business owner who is receiving one of our business interruption grants. The owner stated how good it did their heart to hear our side of the story on timing. It seemed to give them a real sense that we are truly all in this together. He listened to the struggles of this business owner and keenly understood the need to get the check cut as soon as possible. He sympathized and badly wanted to just fast-track this one and put them at the front of the line, skipping the vetting process and the diligence that we are trying to carry out in order to be in compliance with the federal guidelines on documentation and verification. But instead, he took time to share our story. How we never asked to become a granting agency overnight, and frankly, did not know how to do it. Things had to move quickly, and if we had it to all do over again, we would certainly do some things a little bit differently, which we've learned. However, what we are proud of is that we did not take the easy way out. We easily could have justified making multi-million-dollar awards to just a few large health and governmental agencies, decreasing the workload and getting the money out faster. Instead, we felt it was the right thing to provide aid, relief, and economic security to our nonprofit, business community, and education partners, and we are doing just that. This multiplied the workload 100-fold. We've had to divert staff time and hired contract labor to process it all. The checks are taking time to get out. We, in turn, will receive a lot of criticism for how long it has taken government to move. We knew all of this would happen before it ever began, but we still chose to do the right thing, and we appreciate the community when they understand and are patient with us. I can personally tell you firsthand how tedious the requirements are, because just last week, I began temporarily officing out of the auditor's office alongside our new contract labor doing the verification work. Those I contacted for verification were understanding and patient. The process was eye-opening, to say the least, and it gave me a deep appreciation for the dedication and for the verification requirements. I also want to take time to thank the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce, Matt Morrow and his team, for their help in the CARES Act effort. The recent conference call with business members helped answer questions and make many aware that they, in fact, qualified for relief aid. Thank you, Matt, and the Chamber staff. A year like 2020 strengthens the bonds of friendship and family and helps to forge new ones. I'm deeply grateful for my Commission colleagues. I'm grateful for their wisdom, fortitude, consistency, dedication, and their calm. You may know that Commissioner Harold Bench has participated continuously with the Growing Faith Leaders Initiative and continues to respond to this pandemic. And Commissioner John Russell has led numerous discussions with business leaders and entrepreneurs who have struggled throughout this year. Beyond the county line, our friendships with colleagues in the Southwest Missouri region have been enhanced due to a degree the regional response to this pandemic. We are grateful for our counterparts who have been with us since day one. We will continue to support one another, and we're thankful for all of our municipal leaders throughout the county who have done the same. Also continuing to run in the background was the state audit. We did just recently receive the tremendous news that the state auditor announced a good audit rating on the first round of completed state audits. We are confident in future findings, which should be out in the coming months. Speaking of partnerships with municipalities in the county, your tax dollars from the 2017 sales tax provided much needed support for projects that benefit citizens in those areas. Street and city building improvements in Walnut Grove, sidewalk enhancements and police vehicle maintenance in Willard, drainage and street improvements in Stratford and Fairgrove, a new police car in Battlefield, a much-needed vehicle in Republic, and city park enhancements in Ash Grove. Our judicial system has weathered the pandemic well, keeping jurors, witnesses, and the public safe while following the Supreme Court guidelines on operations and continuing to dispense justice. Our Sixth Circuit judge is now sworn in, and that courtroom is currently under construction. This has been a time that has demonstrated well how our county office holders always go the extra mile. Many have won awards and have been recognized for excellence in their respective organizations. Several have been elected to leadership in their state associations. You may find that to be interesting when you take time to read the 2020 State of the County Report, which is available now on our website at greencountymo.gov or in print beginning tomorrow at the Chamber office. Speaking of awards, Greene County was also a 2020 Tyler Public Sector Award winner for success in applying technology to increase organizational efficiency and productivity, improve responsiveness, innovate, and add value to operations. We're very proud of that award. We dedicated our new operations center last fall with the help of numerous community organizations, including the Glendale High School Marching Band. We had quite the celebration. Won't it be great when we can all, our entire big community family, be together again? I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure you are as well. The Commission recently signed a contract with Burrell Behavioral Health. It was actually earlier this year, to provide rapid access mental health wraparound services in order to divert low-risk individuals with mental health needs from the jail to the help that they need. And I have to say, were it not for the leadership of Commissioner Harold Bench from the beginning with the Mental Health Alliance and his co-chairmanship on that collaborative, this project would not have come to fruition. So we're grateful yet again for Commissioner Harold Bench. The Family Justice Center has moved from the Judicial Courts facility to its new home in the former Teft School, making way for the new circuit courtroom, and it is serving more citizens than ever before. We appreciate our partners at Springfield Public Schools for selling that building to Greene County citizens for $10. The new jail and temporary jail are both moving along as planned, and you can see that there is tremendous work being done to get the new jail completed. It is on schedule and on time. The sheriff and the jail advance team have been great leaders in this endeavor. This is as good as a point of any to divert from these subjects and address what really needs to be a national healthy family discussion. We are one human family. We are one human family. And we stand by the men and women of law enforcement in their constant and tireless efforts to keep us all safe. In a few weeks, we'll all go to the polls to vote. At least I hope we will, all of us. After consultations with the county clerk, I can assure you that Greene County will have one of the most secure elections we have ever had. And thanks to the cooperative efforts with Missouri State University, this year, the central polling location will be moved from the MSU Welcome Center to the JQH Arena to allow for better social distancing and accommodation of more citizens. Any citizen who is registered to vote will be able to vote at that central polling location at JQH Arena. We've also completed several major road and bridge upgrades and improvements, including Barrington Avenue Bridge, which will connect two neighborhoods and improve safety. One shining example of collaboration with the city of Springfield over the years has been workforce development. The Missouri Jobs Center, with 2 locations in Springfield, serves a 7-county area. Your commissioners are pleased to report that the key focus has been to adapt within the limitations of the pandemic to a growing number of job seekers. We have provided more virtual and app-based services than ever before, and it has been very effective. We will continue to match job seekers with employers in a rapid fashion, providing training when applicable and move in concert with new forthcoming state guidelines from the Job Centers of the Future Task Force. While we've not been meeting in person, Greene County continues with its efforts in the great game of business. And we are pleased to be in a league with many local businesses and organizations, the London School of Business, Netflix, Zingerman's Deli, and the New England Patriots, regardless of where our loyalties may lie. And speaking of our loyalties to our community, Harold Bench has been a patriarch, and his steady hand has guided us for the last 16 years on the county commission, 45 years at the Springfield Greene County Health Department. Whether it was Asian flu, H1N1, H3N2, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, or the AIDS epidemic, the anthrax scare of 2001, the swine flu, Harold Bench was there. In December of 2020, Harold will retire from the commission, but no doubt he will not be retiring from this community. He will remain active, I'm sure, on the over 20 boards, I believe 26 boards, that he currently serves on. No wonder he was steady during this entire pandemic with his experience, and we're grateful for the leadership and being able to turn to him for guidance. His fingerprints are everywhere, and as you know, he is just simply solid gold. He was Man of the Year in 2018, and he is the model of humility, integrity, and common sense. And I must say that working with him has given me even a deeper understanding of what being a principled public servant is all about. And so, in December, we will say happy trails to our good friend and colleague, Commissioner Harold Bench. However, he will be missed, and I know he'll be involved, but we will keep him on speed dial because no doubt we will have questions that only Harold can answer. Well, it's been a busy year for all of us here at the county, and just like everywhere else, you know, it has pretty much just been Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. And for that, we're anticipating being together again as one big family. Thank you for the opportunity to lead by serving you. It really is a pleasure. And it's an honor to be associated with such phenomenal people who seek to selflessly serve you every single day. Our Greene County family is stronger than ever before. Let's continue to strengthen one another in the days, the weeks, and the coming months ahead. Stay well, stay strong.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Dixon. Tremendous summary today of just an amazing year. Really a lot of work happening, obviously, and I want to thank also not just you, but just as you did, the other commissioners, Commissioner Bench, Commissioner Russell, and all of the elected officials at the Greene County level have been working extremely hard on behalf of the community all year and really every year. And not only that, but also just the entire team, a team of professionals throughout Greene County. We're so grateful for your continued effort on behalf of our community. And a special thanks, of course, to the Greene County Public Safety Center, which is our location for broadcasting to you this morning. I want to again thank our State of the County Good Morning Springfield presenting sponsor, BKD Wealth Advisors. And I want to invite you to please be sure to visit the Chamber calendar at www.springfieldchamber.com for upcoming events like the network's SGF Forum that Ryan Civil mentioned earlier. Remember, we're all young professionals for that event. I'm very excited about that, so I hope that you'll join that as well. There's also an Expert Edge virtual program coming up on October 7th with member Big Pixel to help small businesses with marketing in the new normal. For our November 5th Good Morning Springfield, we'll be back in studio of our member, DMP, Digital Monitoring Products. They've been gracious hosts for us from the very beginning of taking these programs virtually. And some of our very special guests will be the 5 finalists for the Chamber's 2020 Small Business Award. We're really looking forward to learning more about these incredibly strong and innovative small businesses and those small business members at the November edition of Good Morning Springfield. You can watch for additional details about the 2020 Small Business Award presentation, which is scheduled to take place on Wednesday, November 11th. And as we conclude today's program, I just want to thank you once again for tuning in and for your remarkable perseverance and innovation through these unusual times. Local businesses continue to serve as inspiration and example to so many of us in so many ways. And I want to thank you for being a part of the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, Springfield.